Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Let me close this because I'd actually like to look you guys in the eyes. Cool. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Diaries, and if you're a returning subscriber, welcome. I thought actually, let me dim the lights for this vlog and just do a little sit down talk moment. I know some of the people that I know who watch my vlogs have said that love the vlogs, love the vibes. However, it would be nice if I spoke to people every now and again. So I thought, since I'm much closer to my 1,000 followers, let me do it now and do a little sit down. I am on my way to dinner, but when I come back, we're really gonna sit down, talk, get to know each other a little bit more. And if you like what you see, you'll stay, and if you don't, thank you for visiting. But for now, I'm going out for dinner with my date, so last night in town. I don't want to say too much just because I'm not really sure how much she shared with other people, but this is the last time I'm going to see her as frequently as I'm currently seeing her. That's bittersweet, but I'm really happy for her and her journey and where things are taking her. And yeah, I just want to say hey guys and enjoy this vlog. This vlog is a bit raw, so if you are going through something that is related to grieving, I would say give yourself some grace as you make it through this vlog. And if you are a returning subscriber and you're aware of my journey, I will just say, if you know me, you know I don't do the crying on camera thing, but I did have a breakdown the other day and I just happened to be recording, so I was like, you know what, like I feel like that was such a raw moment and I am happy to share it, so I will be inserting it in this video and I'll be speaking a bit about my journey and where I'm at in my grieving process. So if that's what you're keen to find out, to get to know me a bit better as a person in this form, if you know me previously, baby, you have no idea who I am because I've changed in leaps and bounds and I'm shocked every day. So sit down with me, let's talk, and I'll see you after dinner. Bye. I guess in the copy, oh my days. I bet. I just got home from dinner. Dinner was nice. It was cut short. My girl had an emergency she had to attend to, so I just closed off the night with myself. Had a glass of wine. Mokhodo Monday was cute. The food was right. The vibe though, it's like, babe, it's Monday. Relax. But anyway, that was cool. But I did really want to do this segment of the video, especially because I said I would. So I was like, you know what, like, so here I am. So basically, I was having this thought when I was showering, when I was getting ready to go, yes, and about what exactly I wanted to say, but let me say hey guys, maybe that will bring something about. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Diaries, and if you're a returning subscriber, welcome back. So essentially this video is really just a get to know me tag for people who are joining me at this place where I'm at now. The last one I did was when I started my page last year Feb, so I mean, it's been a full year. And what I'll tell you, about a year, a lot can happen, a lot can change you. I I think I talk about it a lot, just like a coming to self moment, you know. I was watching a TikTok, and the lady in the TikTok was talking about how she now feels like she's finally her age. Like she doesn't feel like she's older or younger or whatever. And I think perhaps that's also kind of where I'm at. I feel 31. I feel like I'm settling into my age. Akhondo ndileqayo, akhondo endifinishi ngathi ndishota ngayo, and that's a very, very, very blessed place to be. It's affected my content in a way that I didn't realize it would, or that actually I didn't even imagine, because life is so fluid, man. Like, the human experience is that you'll always want more, and that's the nature of life. And then because that's the nature of life is also that you'll be disappointed, and that you'll always lack. And I think coming into yourself is understanding that you will always lack. And it doesn't even have any negative connotation, because you as a person, once you arrive where you want to be, you'll always want more, because now you've filled this space. Therefore, you will never be satisfied. And coming to terms with that has been super important for me. Because I remember, like, before I started being a person who sets goals and whatever, I used to wonder, like, ziva. Like, when do people feel like what's this thing that's gonna make me feel like I've arrived, or I'm happy, or, you know? And it's been all the small things. Like, I speak about small things a lot, because the small things amount, you know? They are 12 hours in a day that you are mostly active for, 9 of which are at work, and then the in-between are really just like your time with yourself, especially during the week. And so it's easy to think things are going to be exciting, but life is life. Like, not every day is exciting, and it's understanding that not every day is exciting, that you take time to really enjoy the smaller moments. A reason why a lot of my vlogs are like quiet and without me talking is really because, like, I find a lot of peace in making videos. I have these kind of conversations a lot. Like, I'm a very like ish, and for not going deep, because when into deep is I was going to because I'm also not that girl, you know. But like, I can make any conversation a serious conversation. It is my best and worst trait, because sometimes I don't take things that are like lightheartedly, because and sometimes people say some things and they try to make it light, but like, they're delivering a message. And one thing about me, babe, I'm a catch a subtitle. Ooh, that's not what I was trying to say. I'm a catch a subtweet, you know what I mean? So I also have brain farts, because if I had bullet points, we would be able to streamline this conversation, but we're not really going to do that. So if you're about it, stick around, because I'll be chatting. If you're not, babe, like, catch me on my next vlog. I'll have the good music and I'll have the vibes. But with this one, it's really just a get to know me tag. So if you're new here, where do I start? I am a 31-year-old. I am from Cape Town. I stay in Johannesburg. It is my second year in Johannesburg. Well, it's going into my second year. It's like a year and a bit. I moved here October 2022. Big life moments that have happened since I've been here is, well, to be honest, like, the only one that really matters is that I lost my brother last year. Tough, you know, like, I say it like the toughness is just like a floating thing, but it has been very, very tough, and to go through it in isolation has been also very tough. My entire family's in Cape Town, so I'm here in Joburg. I have my best friend who's here, love her, thank you, and Umayete, who's here. Like, they've been really like a solid ground. And my girl Mbumi, I remember like my first like breakdown like after his passing. I think I was very much like, you know, like, ewe kubuhlungu, but like, because if I stop, baby, am I gonna stand up? Will I get up if I sit in these feelings? Because these feelings are above me, and because they're above me, I can't control them. And because I can't control them, I don't know who I will be in these feelings, and I can't have that. So I know Penny came through during that time. What a good ass weekend. But like, what a weekend, man. What a weekend. What a weekend. What a group of girls, man. What a group of girls. But it's just been such a roller coaster. Like, you don't talk to them every day. Like, it feels like every day there's something missing. Like, my brother and I, we spoke often, you know, like we had a weekly call every Thursday, gotta be on the phone, listen, what's good, what's happening, how's life, whatever, you know, because I've been that age. And even though like, I'm very big on communication, but I did go through a stint where I didn't utilize my words, and I would act out a lot. And so I saw him kind of like step into that space in our whatever, you know. So I'd have those weekly calls just to kind of like come to self moment, you know, like everywhere two things are not great. I suppose be great forever, every day food. But like, you know, and like count your blessings, be happy about whatever, you know. We had our chats are very special. And so like it is the biggest loss of my life. And so days are great on end, and then there are days where it just feels like I just want to lie down, I don't want to do anything, just don't ask me questions, just leave me alone, you know. And so I've been trying to, you know, just continue, and I was like doing well for like a bit, you know, like, okay, go energies, go. I was hitting the gym, strong gal. I was, you know, pushing my content, love that, killing it at work, love that. My work is my solitude. Like, I love my job, I love being busy, I love that I feel like I add value every day. Like, those are things that are very important for me, and I feel like in my workspace my value is felt every day, and it's affirmed every day by my boss, which love that for me. And so even though that kind of hits a plateau, I hope that's the word, child, but it hits like a place where it's just like silapang, you know, work is great, love that. Whoa. Family is doing all right, love that. For those of you who don't know, my mom has been going through cancer. We found out a month after my brother's passing, and it was hard, but I must say, I think that's one of the things I took with a lot of calm. I was just like, you know what, like, there's no way God is doing, like, there's no way this is gonna be another breaking, you know. I just really felt like, honestly, in my heart, honest, I felt like my mom was gonna beat it. It was just a thing for us to kind of have to go through and, like, you know, reposition us and refocus our energy, like, because people can get lost, people can get consumed, especially by the things that hurt them. And so I think God was like, you know what, like, you have the pain, you know, and this is also going to be very hard, but you will make it to the other side. And we are on our way to the other side. My mom's in remission, and she's got a couple more like processes within her journey with cancer, but you know, we go through that. So it's just like, you know, like, there's so many moving parts in life, man. And so as umuntu kufuneka ansaya points I think that's what life is, you know, because it's good and it's necessary to find happiness within it, you know, and to show up for yourself and to allow people to show up for you. I think that's the one thing it really taught me, like, allow people to care, allow people to show up and to love you loud, you know, like, it's okay, like, you are really going through a lot, you know, and as much as, like, you're a strong, independent babe, you can do what you need, you can take care of yourself, sometimes you really can't, you know, sometimes you really can't. And I think it's in that in that breaking and you get to that place where you're like, you know what, I surrendered, child, it's bigger than me. If you're not like a God believer, like you surrender to the feeling of defeated, even that is just enough, you know. Kutwa in therapy, well, I don't even know if it's in therapy, but kukhala saying yazwayo, bana, the first step is acknowledging. I can't think I need acknowledgement because yeah, was a bit delusional. You know what, now I'm alright, you know, but we keep going. But Kimta say delusion only lasts as long as it lasts. At some point it gets to the point where you need to sit in your truth and deal with that, because that's the thing that matters, you know. And you know, like when I got to my place of you know what, this is real. Like, anyway, it was real, but damn, like that, like I think there are things you didn't even know, like you didn't even realize, you know. I think the first day it dawned on me that I will never hear his voice again, you know. Or like, he will always be 23 in your head, you know. But there's also a lot of beauty in that, you know, like a lot of beauty in knowing that you loved them their whole life. You know, I think that's what people look for, you know. Tanda through all of it. And obviously it's easy when it's family, because you're born into it. He happened to be born after me, so I loved him through his growing ages, because Hupudwang was my brother, like that's what we do, you know. But also, like, he was my friend, man. You know, like, that was my friend, you know. I always told him, like, even if we weren't related, I'd fucks with you. Great guy. But, you know, that's not what this video is about, actually. Like, this video is not about my brother. It's about me. And that's also important to remember, you know. Like I said, I'm someone who gets lost in my feelings, and so in my getting lostness, I always have to remember to bring myself towards myself and remember that, babe, when you're still alive, you know, you still got things that you want to do, and you still got things that bring you joy, and it's okay to step into that and to live in that, you know. People will not be dramatic in movies when they're like, oh, I dedicate this salon to my brother, he would have always wanted this for me, you know. Like, I used to think people were being a little dramatic, like, relax, damn. But like, facts, babe, it is true, you know. Sometimes we are living to continuously make the people who have passed proud, and I don't think I'll ever stop, you know. I pull a lot of strength from my brother. He was someone who loved loudly, he loved people, he fully immersed himself in things, and he was like the most like beautifully natured person. Like, I don't think I've ever met anyone who didn't like my brother. He's kind of got like my dad's like vibe about him, and that's beautiful. And so I think that it's affecting my content and how I put myself out there. Like, I think for the longest time I was doing content as a means to make extra money, and so I'm not motivated by money. Like, I really wish I was. Like, I really wish I was, but I'm not. I'm not. Like, I love money, don't get me wrong, love money, but there are things that I'm not willing to do for money. That's what I mean when I say I'm not motivated by money. But I think the way I was doing my content, as much as it was like aesthetically pleasing and whatever, it was with the intention to be noticed by the brand or whatever, you know, and not necessarily just, I do things now just, you know. And I think that's a very like a come back to self moment, because I grew up being that child. I grew up being the child who does whatever pleases my heart, babe, you know. And I'm so happy to be in a place where I can now just do whatever makes me happy. I'm not doing it for the views. I'm not doing it for the potential brands. I haven't worked with a brand in almost 2 years. And even when I did work with them 2 years ago, there was probably a 3-year gap between the last time I worked with a brand, between then, you know? And so I couldn't be motivated by that, because what is that? Like, that's like making money once every year. Like, babe, I got kids to feed in the future, you know? And so now I just really make content for myself. It's been the most liberating thing of my life. Like, love it if you love it, babe. Love it, love it. Thank you for the support. Love you. But if you don't, babe, even that, it's alright. Like, okay, go to the next person. Maybe that's your cup of tea. Because that's what I do. If I go to a page and I'm like, this doesn't speak to me, I don't have to write there. I take my data and I divert it elsewhere. Because I tell them to want to buy it that I don't like it. So, baby, I didn't call you and be like, listen, record this thing, I'm trying to see it, you know. So I understand that I devalue data if that's how I feel to the next person. But because I really enjoy social media, I like to go down my feed and I like to look at my content and be like, babe, killing it, you know. And so now I do it for me. I'm gonna reel it back just because I've been talking about absolutely nothing that I thought I was gonna talk about in this sit down with me. Hey Betuna, you know what, actually, let me give myself some grace. I'm glad I've had this part of the conversation, but what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have a sit down and just like make bullet points of the points that I was trying to raise, because I actually had things that I wanted to say as a get ready with me. I know when I left here I was saying that if you knew me, you don't know me, and really you don't, you know. I'm sometimes shocked at like the things that I thought were a staple in my personality that no longer speak to who I am right now. And so when I say I'm not who I was, I mean in things like that, in the big and the small, because that's a small, but that small amounts to a big, you know what I mean? And so I'm gonna leave it here for right now, because that's the one point I really know I knew I really wanted to make, but I think I just need to sit with my thoughts and kind of figure out like what exactly did I want to say, like in totality, so that I don't have to do multiple videos and say the same thing, so that when people come to my page they don't have this expectation of club life. Oh, I found my point. That was my point. So if you're new here, my page is really just about a girl. I'm just a girl, you know. I'm just a girl and I'm living my very regular life. You will unfortunately not see me on, I mean, you could, because, you know, I got a job, but like, I'm not going to be going out every weekend, babe. Sorry, I got shit to do. I'm not going to be doing exciting things all the time. This is a vlog about my life. My life is real. My life is important. And my life matters. And just because sometimes things aren't going to be exciting doesn't mean that they are not important, you know. Okay, that was new. And so I really just wanted to say that, you know. I'm not always gonna have something to say, because you know what, sometimes when I'm recording I've got so much going on in my head. I really just want to record this and create like clarity of mind space, you know. I want you to be watching my stuff kind of like how I watch YouTube videos, especially long form, where I'm busy doing stuff and I'll kind of look after, see, oh, she's doing this, oh, this is new, oh, she went there. I want that, because it's just a life, babe. It's just a life. I don't have no baller who's paying for nothing. I'm the baller who's paying for stuff. And this here baller baby has things that she's trying to do. TMI, like I got plans, financial plans, that things I gotta tick off this year, you know, things that I gotta tick off this year so that I can do whatever else I'm trying to do next year, you know. But it needs a certain kind of intentionality. There we go. it needs a certain kind of intentionality, and it needs me to show up different for me. And so because I am making content for me and for you, I need you to also understand that, like, my apartment could look like this for the next 6 months. I might not buy a new bowl for you to want to also buy. You know, I'm just showcasing my life. I'm happy if you love the sweater that I'm wearing and you ask me where did I buy it. H&M don't even know my name, you know. I'll give it to you with a free heart because, babe, like, I want to share. That's who I am, you know. And so my content isn't centered around trying to get you guys to do other things, you know. My content is centered around you guys being happy and knowing that your life is great too. So, like, the world really is your oyster. And so start with the starter, then go to the main, and then go to dessert. Ayo buffet. So let's take it as things come. And this is really for me and not really just for you, you know. Like, I'm glad that you guys are watching, but it's really also for me, like, a reminder that, like, your pace is your pace and your pace is okay, you know. Like, I'm very, very content. Like, I don't think I've ever been this content in my life. I'm very content with my job, very content with my family, very content with my friendships, you know. Like, I feel like I'm in a really, 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 really good place. And I don't take that for granted because I've been in a not great place. I used to earn like 6 grand at one point, and my rent was 3.5, and my transport was 1.5, and like I had to choose between whether am I drinking this weekend or am I going to make sure I have food every day, you know. And so, like, zinto zika life maneziyana bengamnandanga but I knew baniphelanga up, you know. And so I really enjoy sitting in my meanness and being like, okay, cool, silapha ngoku, this is great, this is what's working, this is what's not, this is what could improve. I used to be very centered around self-help, and then when I was doing that, I forgot to live. And then when I was living, I forgot to be very intentional about thinking about the future. But now when I say I feel good, it's because I feel like I'm at such a good balance. Like, I can say no, and unfortunately I can't make it, you know. I can even say no to myself now. That's been a hard one to learn, because I had to say no to myself because I couldn't initially, but now I have to say no to myself because this is not in line with the plans that you have for yourself. But I say for myself because it's just VR, but it's not in line with the plans God has for you. And so God has called me for things that are bigger than I even understand, and so they need me to show up differently. And I am showing up differently. Some days I'm like, oh, I feel a little phony today, like, more girl, you are a sinner. But have you ever seen someone who's healthy go to the doctor? You haven't. So that's just what that is. But I'm gonna watch this over and I'm gonna pick the parts that make sense to add to this vlog. I'll keep a lot of these parts as well where I'm just talking and I'm just like trying to make sense of it, because that's really what life is, man. I'm just trying to make sense of it and trying to decide, what do I want to show, what do I not, what are the parts that are raw and strong, because I could still be raw here, but I'm very centered in that decision of me bringing it outside to the world to see. But I can also be raw and unsure, and so any little comment could break whatever foundation I had set, or foundation that wasn't yet set. And so those are things I'm very mindful of. I come from a Facebook era. Mdase, weekend away, siyafota, I singing slow the album yonke. That's who I was. I'm not that girl now. Now I think about the things that I post online and I'm just like,